afternoon, good morning, good evening, wherever on a day in the world. They bring plenty greetings come to we all. For tell we all our do and for say welcome to we all. Una thank you. We una don't join this week again for listen to the Unifier Hour. Um, I they ask una all say do ya the link where you use for join we do ya share am with your friends, share with your friends of friends, so that then self will come and can listen to we because we get plenty important things we concern we country for talk about. I want for make una know say we dey on all we different social media platform them. We dey on LinkedIn, we dey on Facebook, we dey on X, we dey on now they see the results there now the screen. We dey on WhatsApp also. In fact, WhatsApp on I can call. We get the number +232 75052 135 if you want to share on our thoughts live on the show. And anybody where they anywhere in the Western world, and I can call we at 1-778-732-2180. So welcome again. Today, as usual, they jump right into the show. We're not a waste time. We always want to make sure say the 1 hour way we get, we use them very well. But today we start on a sad note. One of we own brother them, me own brother, a very patriotic Sierra Leonean. I know say he also hold a position na the APC diaspora. I believe say now we veteran leader, deputy veteran leader na the diaspora APC. He lost in Pekin. In first girl Pekin, the Pekin name Taduba Toure. And the family where they talk about na Samuel Toure and in wife Fatmata Toure and then big Pekin. They lost the Pekin name Taduba Toure. She was 21. They studied nursing. Been there in third year. They study nursing. And they been then kill them under very tragic circumstances. They drive somebody with check a 44-year-old where you go think say go be responsible. You don't drink, you don't check. It's so check that they drive na the opposite side of the road. Go bang this Pekin, and the Pekin lost in life. So we've been just want to take some time out for express with deep condolences to the family and to Sierra Leoneans at large because this Pekin, even at such a young and tender age, already we don't begin the show in care and in concern for in home country Sierra Leone, in that through a foundation, even done they help other girl Pekin for able for access education. Taduba is survived by her family, her mother, Fatmata Toure, her father, Samuel Toure, and her siblings, Joseph, Benjamin, and Favor Toure. We sincere condolences. They go out to the whole family, the extended family in the US and in Sierra Leone. Now, definitely a massive loss to the whole country, the whole community, na Philadelphia. And so we know in family, we don't become more like siblings to in parents them. May God rest in soul in perfect peace. So yeah, moving on. We this month, April, now we can remember and celebrate and commemorate we Salon independence. Last week we begin for talk about Salon at 63, and we go continue that theme day this week. So we want for introduce to Una, we panel guest them. We get three panel guests there with me today. We get Mrs. Abiose Pierre. Please come on and say hello to the audience.
Hello, everyone.
Okay. We get Mr. James Hallowell. Please come on and bring your greetings to our listeners.
Yes, from Buleona Duo, and I'm glad for day out now this evening.
And we get with we Mr. Usman Kamar.
Ifambule Mona Kusha, and I'm glad for the tonight again this evening.
So now we panel this where we get today, and like I say, we continue we discuss on Salon at 63, and I think say right now one of the biggest topic that we they go on now we country now this black incessant blackout is so bad that all over social media you they see them they make fun of Salone. They call we the country of darkness, the city of darkness, the land of darkness. Then they show put picture there of other African country then at the region, the Western African region. They're all lighted up. The night sky is lighted up. Salone in night sky, a dark like Tinada. And it just it pervasive, the darkness pervasive. People they know they get light. And when you consider the level of heat where they inside that country they now, when you consider the amount of people them where their livelihood based on the availability of power of electricity, when you consider just the running of a country in general, this problem not a picking problem. So I want for just allow each one of we panel guests there for tell we waiting at in personal interactions with maybe in family, in people the way you get inside salon where you don't interact with any about the effect of this darkness now we country. So I will call on Mrs. Pierre first because we need to give the ladies a chance. So Mrs. Pierre, dear, tell me about any interactions where you don't get with your people then back home about this blackout and the effect where they get on them.
Yeah, thank you very much. I did laugh because I did see Mr. Mege out there struggling. But anyhow, but yeah, people really they struggle. For people that we know within at the western part of Sierra Leone, complain about the food and the spoil.
Mm.
And people that we get small business, the cookery business, we get family the way they do small cookery business now salon where then they cook put on a freezer post in order. Now they're not able to do that because the food they end up for sour. And some of them we get people that we sick. I get a family member we get asthma, and because of the heat and the dust and all of that, no electricity, and they get flare-ups. They get sicker, sicker and sicker more every day. And so it's a lot. And the one away they in the eastern too, parts of Salaway be say then they don't used to most time, but then said they complain because mosquito boku at times if they get electricity, then go able to put their AC on or then go able to put their fan on for drive all of that. So it's bad and it's something that is needed. Not something we country enough for lack at all. So I will stop here for now.
Thank you. And I'll go through the same question to Mr. James Hallowell.
Yes, Madam Chair. We all know the importance of electricity.
Mm.
Now we lives and at the country. And just as Mrs. Spear mentioned, we get social and economic problem in the absence of sustainable power supply, like it happen at Sierra Leone. And we know say without electricity, lights no go there, people are not able to cook them food, the heating system not go able to work, the cooling system not go able to work. even with electronics devices them. You know, I think somebody sent to me one audio they wouldn't do from Sierra Leone, where they tell people them for converge. If you did Eastern, they converge now one field. You did Western, they converge now one field for go charge your phone. And even communication not able to function because most and now modern day technology don't rely on the use of cell phones. And cell phones, how they design them, it can work for certain time, but when the battery don't go down, it's not possible. All of the apps, all of the accessories, they come to a halt. So if there is no electricity, you know we're able to reach out. And we all know how we all lives don't depend on cell phones. So let we just know say light so important that it affects you economically, socially, technology, and otherwise. And at that problem they will face right now in Sierra Leone.
Thank you so much. Mr. Mr. Usman Kamar, waiting are your interactions with you people there, back there?
Valda, we are, as a country, right now, we are in bankruptcy, all right? With these prepaid meters, these monies that the people pay to buy their electricity supplies, it should be in an escrow account. In other words, the government put them on in an escrow account when go pay for them. But the government itself owe over 200 billion leons to this car power ship. The total bill for car power ship now 84 million, 48 million dollars. So if now escrow system, when me they go na EDSA for go buy me top up, this money for go straight na escrow account when a debit credit system, when me go buy, then go pay, then I will get supply. The mere fact that the government itself or the car power ship, because there are three sources of light that we get as a loan. The car power ship now one, the Ivorian line now one, and then you get the Bumbuna Electro now another one. So even the Ivorian line, where they supply the eastern region of Sierra Leone, we still owe them. The car power ship, where they supply Freetown, we owe them. Then the Bumbuna, of course, this is the dry season, so the water they run, we get very low supply. So the government itself, right now, don't drive the country into bankruptcy because the money we put in the pool for go buy the credit, we put in an escrow account, we for pay the bill, then they pay the bill. So the government itself owe over 200 billion leons. So why, my own question is, this government, now they talk against the car power ship. Then they campaign against the car power ship. Then they say they're not going to ever borrow from the COFA what we get. But right now, we're at the brink of that bankruptcy because the government don't owe and don't borrow from the reserve. So for me, I would say we country economically and the finance system that the country right now in terms of electricity, we are zero. Because the people are
Okay.
buying the electricity, but they're not getting the electricity. Sierra Leone is in the
Okay.
dark. I
You
am
don't you
sweating right
don't
now.
raise a number of issues, but I want to make you clarify something. When you talk, you say escrow account. Do you make every listener they understand what you mean by that?
Where escrow account, where somebody they go pay in money, he buy the electric, that money where he pay, if for then an account when the government they touch, right? If for then an account where na credit debit system, escrow account na some sound like me right now. I go to my house, I buy 200,000 electric. That money the government not for touch them. If for then an account, when months or when they pay the supplier, then take them go pay. Now account where they not for touch. But when you they buy you electricity, then they go pay the supplier. So now blackout don't come because a 65 kilowatt in the supply, now na 5 kilowatt. So some of we get money we don't pay already, we get credit we don't get supply for. So that escrow account, the government not for touch them. But it seems as if they don't touch that account to the point where they owe the car power ship $48 million.
Okay. Thank you for that clarification, Dee. I will pick that up a little bit later. I mean, just while we listener, they understand what you mean by that. But now something also Mr. Hallowell mentioned, say people then they message each other about who side for go converge for charge them devices. And where me yeri dande, waiting me yeri, na the hazards we link to that one day. I don't know if anyone of una go able for Giwi some feedback on whether una do yeri about anything happening in those areas of convergence. Because when you get, a crowd suddenly forming over hardships, it is easy for imagine say things can go wrong very quickly. So are they left and open? If any one of una don't get any feedback on that day, I will look for Yeri.
Yes, Madam Chair. Um, Realistically speaking, I think say not of us say in reality it happen, but this now a way like for ridicule the government and ridicule the current situation where the government don't put them on. As Brother Mega talk that people and they pay monies to an account now a debit and credit system. When I pay, I suppose to get a credit. Na me meter. But unfortunately, the credit and the candy. Where is the money? Where is the money? The money is not there. And that reminds me again. I mean, they free time one time when they release a report, say the energy system na Sierra Leone don't they go to the brink. And that there's going to beyond 2010, the power supply for Freetown alone not going to be sustainable. And that same 2010 day, I happened to attend a conference in Copenhagen where get government officials there. And they informed them that, the issue of sustainable electric supply may come up. And the idea for an integrated system, electrical system in come up, then discuss them with them. But what's happened after that till today? So we need to expect, say now, let's be realistic. Given to the fact that climate change, they ravage every country, every border across the world, we don't get a plan in place. And the plan in place for don't think about an integrated system. An integrated system not will allow you for so much money on fossils. Instead, what we go do, we go use some of the resources that we get internally, like solar. We get enough sunlight. And by 2007, I mean, this Sierra Leone still, we realize Sierra Leone they produce 35,000 tons of dirty, garbage, trash, and multiply that by week and by month. And then we also get the Sierra Leone oxygen factory. I don't know if it still exists. So we get resources for biogas, we get resources for wind, we get resources for solar. Where it be for saying that all what you need now for spend on the technology and set them up. And if we get solar, we get biogas, we get natural, we get some amount of natural gas. All of these things put together, which I go help with. They all they feed into a grid. We spend less money on fossil. We still need fossil, and they'll get the hydrogen. So what you go do, we go use that energy there for meet the energy needs of we people in the country. But I'm so surprised we up till now, I know a single plan. Who said in talk at that meeting and everything died down.
Wow. Thank you so much, Mr. Hallowell. Now something I know myself that always they wonder, say, Salone with the amount of sunshine alone where we get throughout the year, including inside rainy season. So now we before don't be leaders in the development of solar energy. But I want park down this small because I still want for let we establish for we viewer that we listener there may they understand the impact of this blackout on the daily lives of people, on their daily their income, how waiting the able pan for able for put food on the table, how this blackout business they affect them. So I want to ask how much light right now, how much light the average household they get inside Salone. we can talk, say maybe for the day, then we'll be assured of 10 hours of light, or what is the light situation like? Let's start with Mr. Osman. Yes.
Valda, I don't know salon now for a couple weeks. There is zero. When I mean zero, there is no light at all. So if you ask how much light, if the car power ship they give 65 megawatts, now then they give 5 megawatts. Just imagine. There is no light in some neighborhoods. It's pitch black. Now, my question will be again, why should the government MDAs owe car power ship when Ministry of Finance for easily debit the account we don't set up for them for energy and pay EDSA. Then they owe 200 billion. So why would they not pay the bill if they get money set aside? Now easy budgeting, now simple budgeting, right? So right now the average person in a salon they suffer. Light no day. That might mean when they
So
selling
in
small
two
ginger
weeks,
beer.
in the 2 weeks where you don't day salon, you don't get light at all.
Not one a single light. But
Wow.
you know, some of
Okay.
we can come prepared already.
Yes.
So we
No.
get a little
We go
backup
get into
system.
that one day. We go get into
Yeah.
that one day.
But
I
there's
want
no
to throw that
light.
same question there to Mr. Hallowell. Mr. Hallowell, with young people that we get back home, waiting at the end your own light situation, then they get light at all in the last couple of weeks, in the last month, they don't get any light at all.
Not at all. Not at all. The light situation so bad that some man, like I'd say, some man not able.
So we they say for 2 weeks straight,
Yes, some man
zero,
we're not able to.
zero.
Okay. My brother, my small brother, he did at university, they do IT. A guy for take in desktop. Now me send this desktop for him. A guy for taking desktop, move from going to another house, just for like he go able doing assignments them.
Well, outside the house, they then pull power.
Well,
Yeah,
that's
be
one to ask. But until yourself no say they some houses and they get generator, then get houses and they'll get generator, but
Okay.
you know able to afford them.
Okay.
You know, so I
Okay.
think like a friend will get generator. So now they taking desktop is a go time. Now they
Okay.
put an house, so now they
I
go.
don't try for establish. Mrs. Pierre, you don't hear anything about ever you people there they get any light in the last little while, and how long they don't day in darkness.
no lights for the past 2 weeks. And you know what? These people where are no way even get access to generator because of the cost of fuel. It's even difficult. Now everybody they make stingy because you know one will spend all your money into fueling and all of that, and you're not even sure when next lights will come. You know, so it's really sad. Salon don't get to that level yet, but now it's bad.
Okay. Well, thank you. I mean, you know, why the identity? It's really heart wrenching because when you think about it, salon we economy, most of the business there now waiting in the call micro businesses. Now one person get one thing and it is sell maybe one or two products, nothing huge, no conglomerates. Um, a few business then they yes where maybe get storefronts, but even that is still a small business. How them business here they survive? Because when you think about the everyday person, we depend on for cool water so that you go sell cool water for get a livelihood. The way they make ice for sell for get a livelihood. The way they sell ice cream, the way they cook, like Mrs. Pierre be mentioned, the small cookery shop them. They're not able to go buy today for today. And if they just buy today for today, it will be too expensive. So then get for somehow buy a certain level of bulk. How for store 'em if in 2 weeks straight we're not able for provide them the means for get power, where then go able for preserve the ingredients. Yeah, when I make clear we when I love more than that talk this small. I will start with Mrs. Pierre.
Yeah, I think that's why we see the way the country dey now. I know I'm for go into detail, but we dey see wetin dey happen with the youth, the young people them, and we dey see how many people then they die, and because of all of that. Because I mean, we dey make kind like a joke. People they put on social media, but electricity na a powerful thing, a powerful supply or device we they rule a country, where you go make people them become who they are, and we go it affects every person, not the nation, so from the smallest to the oldest person must get effect where it will get from them. Like we what I mentioned, if you're not university student, then there is a problem. If you're not getting electricity where you do your homework. And for the business people them, it's a problem, honestly, because that means that they get for spend money, that small profits will then they get, they get for spend money for buy petrol or whatever gas for later able for keep them business running. So yeah, so that is really bad, and it affects everybody. So I will stop here.
Okay. Mr. Usman. Yeah, I love more than that talk this small.
Valda, I dey pay $30 every day for generator fuel. 4 gallon petrol, now 600,000 leons. So every day, me petrol generator, me small Kaba Tiger, they use 4 gallon for I get light from 8 p.m. to 6 o'clock in the morning. Now, I try to look for diesel generator safe. Now, just imagine, 600,000 a day just for like get power, let not sleep na heat, like get small fan with the blow me or air conditioning. So imagine the poor mommy, or imagine the people at the low scale when able to get 600,000 leons, because the average man they make 800,000 leons a month. So if then they spend 600,000 a day for letting them get electricity, men then charge them, phone them, men then call them, water them, men then get air conditioner fan, and like we talk about computer for letting them do their homework them. The domino effect is massive without electricity. So me alone, I can afford the 600,000 a day, but can you imagine the average man? What can he afford to supply electricity? We go charge him phone. So man themselves now, the phone they come on because I don't get place for charge them. You know? So it's really sad.
Well, if
It's
you don't
really,
spend
really
six
sad.
hundred thousand for buy lights so that you go able to charge the phone, why you go buy the data now for you?
Then they not for talk because the data then they cut and like say na no man's business. Yes, when I see they buy 100,000 top up. By the time the day it don't done. You don't know how they cut and save. When not cost between Orange and Africell, where you don't done.
Wow.
Okay, Mr. Allowell, dear, same question to you, sir.
Yeah. Just give me a recap of the question again.
I mean, they say with 2 weeks straight of blackout, where we know say Salona an economy we powered locally by micro businesses, things like for sell cold water, sell ice cream, make them small cookery, the one the way they make cookie, then get for the buy in bulk because they're not go just buy day by day. They're not they buy like how you go buy for us. You get for buy small bit in bulk so that you go able for cook and make a profit, small profit. But if you not get out for store you goods, you not get out for preserve them, then you're in hot water, literally. So how this they impact people their livelihood in the country. And I want to add something else where Mr. Mege bring up is say in they pay 600,000 daily for just fuel for a generator, but the average the minimum wage I believe is 800,000. So how is this affecting people?
It affect them badly on a broader sense, and it also it put them in a state where they're not able to make their own living. Let's face the fact. The reality here is the government not able to provide jobs for people. The people that don't use their own ways for fun way for make sustainable living. Some man get fridge. Now from that fridge they get for making ice. And from that fridge they help them for cool in rice and in things they don't prepare overnight for cooking in the morning. Now that same fridge they get for keep a lot of things for your own food. And one part of the articles the way you sent to me, it categorically make mention of that people and food don't be poor. It's a homes are plunged into darkness, rendering essential appliances useless and leaving families to grapple with the consequences, spoiled food, disrupted routines, and mounting frustrations. So these are some of the things that they imagine. And if you continue to read the article further, it tells you a whole lot of anomalies them in the absence of sustainable electricity, where people in Sierra Leone face. And I can go back to this. You need to ask a question on the amount of electricity we people need. And I just want to say, based on where I'm the continue for doing my research, I get for land say normally in a normal sense, any household will need about 10,700 kilowatts of electricity annually. And at least on a monthly basis, now 893 kilowatts per month. And when you come to Sierra Leone, the whole of Sierra Leone for 2020 alone, now 24% of electricity they may able to generate. So just imagine the rest of the population, the population would deal without electricity, and then also the huge amount of electricity with absence, where for able impact people in life for let them become productive. You see, so the electricity situation, not the absence of electricity, not the only affect them, but it also impede their own social and economic progress for move forward.
Yeah, okay, thank you for that. I just a look, one of we viewer them make a comment. And they look say yes during the day. Sometimes we they get sunshine, so you they manage you they see, but even that not they help with preservation of other things and not they help with the heat. But he mentioned say it bring the nighttime economy to a standstill. I want for let me talk a little bit about some of the essential services where no they function by day or night because maybe not an emergency. Things like hospitals, things like all of these emergency services. Are they exempt from this power outage? We hospital then they get light, people then they able to get surgery if they need them at any time of the day. What's going on with our healthcare there with respect to this power? Um, okay, yes, Mrs. Pierre, thank
Yeah,
you.
so no, they are not. Because even on a regular, without these 2 weeks of um blackouts, total blackout, because even the times the way we they manage, when maybe they salary, I can tell you that. And I get people in healthcare that are working there, and I can tell you say no, the hospital not exempt. So really, it's like a death trap right now if you get sickness alone. The hospital are not exempt too. I can tell you the last time where we did it, there was a hospital, I know called in a way they say they not get transformer. And this is a hospital where they take care of kids and pregnant women. And where we say emergency they happen. Imagine in a hospital you need electricity the most, especially if they ever have a critical care unit, they survive without electricity. Most of the equipment the way they require electricity. If then gets vents, you get oxygen machine, you get maybe CPAP machine. A lot of the equipment that requires electricity. And if you work on nets, you have it. You need it. Like how can you see to do surgery? What happens if there is an accident and the person require emergent surgery? So this it really, as light as it is, it's not. It's very bad. And with the way things are going, the economy just get for they go bad. Because first of all, when me they travel anywhere, even when I did at the US now, so if I want place, I want any somewhere I want reside, I get for think, what is the hospital situation like? People that will get chronic disease, them but cool pass the one they will not get. Where be say when they abroad, when they travel. So this alone in itself, they make people they not get for travel. Nightlife, I think somebody talk about night economy there. It's not only hospital, the clubs. A lot of people travel for go salon for go get fun because they work too hard when they don't oversee, and they want for go for nightlife. You don't ever see fruits on December. It's beautiful. People are happy. Nights, you know that they're happy. That's when you know. But not right now. Where be say electricity not there, you don't know where they go meet. You don't even know if you get headache, or maybe if you're not supposed to get diabetic and you go into coma, what's then go do now die, they die. So it really sad. And until we country learn for continuity, until we decide say not to where would they go into power, not to just for go sit down and eat, we get forget, so we act for we people then salon go move forward. Because the last time when we go salon, where before this party camp, salon not be there. So I know we'll say electricity not there, but it not be bad like this. At least you go depend say yes, when a net scam, they will give you 2 hours on, cut her off for 30 minutes on and off. But for a country, they totally 2 weeks without electricity. Imagine, I read an article where be say, and another hospital that I'm sure they're not the report the death because they're not the hold accountable. A lot of people must have died in those hospitals because of all of this going on.
Thank you, Mrs. Pierre. Mr. Kumar, I want for make you make a comment on that one day too.
Valda, all I could say is, government forget care for the people. Scale of preference. Scale of preference. In economics, you learn and they say, first things first and second things come later. The government don't care about the people. So if you talk about hospitals, the scale of preference, some of those institutions have to have electricity because life depends on electricity. They don't care. You understand? People in the die right now because life support, there's no electricity. And the hospital, now only private hospital get generator. We go help for pump, and then it costs money for run the generators. So for me, again, it comes out to this. The MCC pack was supposed to help Sierra Leone with electricity supply, right? Because of the stolen election, we see the domino effect. The MCC hold their money, now Sierra Leone is in darkness, right? When you do right, everything will be all right. They don't understand, say, that act they wouldn't perform that 2023 election, then they affect the people and so. I want to connect the dots. When you do something, you feel say you don't get away with it. But now look at the picking away the bone. And the one that will be they support this particular avenue today, they all they suffer. APCO, SLPPO, we all they suffer because of the no one do the right thing. Monies when we don't come for take care of electricity. Now the monies are not there, and the finance ministry able to sort themselves out. A simple budget, they're able to sort themselves out. A credit and debit system, they're able to figure them out. Now the people are suffering. There was a song, whatever they sing. Tolombo no go sidoya angry boku. Now let them turn that song. They say, "Paopa no go sidoya, light no de angry boku." You understand? I mean, seriously, let me look things practically. Me, I talk to the average Sierra Leonean, I really understand. Say, when you do one thing, it get picking away the bone. Then light system here, all they can today because the MCC don't hold the money and the government able to pay for electricity. And even in fact, when the people and they pay for the light, then they squander and put them some other side. So for me, they don't value the hospitals because life depends on electricity. The people are not valued in Sierra Leone. The government of the day not care because people are dying in the hospitals because of the lack of electricity. So if you ask me the question about the hospital, the impact is tremendous. Without electricity, life care doesn't work. Some people depend on machines.
Thank you so much, Mr. Kamara. Mr. Hallowell.
Yes, I will add to Brother Miguel. Don't forget about say even the airports not
Yes.
to function effectively.
Yes,
But
and please keep,
unfortunate,
not forgetting when they talk about the night economy. So when
yeah,
you bring airports, Mr. Be remember that.
the
Yes.
airports not going to function effectively. My sister don't talk about nightclubs; they're not going to function. And indeed, life at night in Sierra Leone is very very nice. But outside electricity, not to all clubs and get that capacity for phone generator throughout. You know, the effects, a ripple. You see, we see on the social side, we see on the recreational side, we see economically, you know, and the unfortunate say, as a government, giving with all of the resources at the pauper government and disposal, then suppose for them to come up with a strategy for address this issue. But even at that, I think that's completely absent. I don't know waiting and waiting and they do presently. But it tells you that they are handicapped. It tells you they're not able to resolve the situation because if you don't left electricity blackout for be so massive in the country and you're in huge debts with this Ivorian electrical supply electricity agency and the ship, you're not able to do nothing for 2 weeks. When again you go able to solve the situation? You know, I think this situation is serious and a warrant a strategy way for make sure so they remedy people on top of this concern. And one important thing I want to talk again: electricity is a human right. Electricity is a human right.
What do you mean by that?
Fine. We know say people can get rights to basic social amenities in life. Now the right of the government for provide them for them. In a case where the government fail to produce them or provide them for them, then it's a violation. So rightly, now a huge violation, especially on the part of government, because what you do, they're not able to meet their new social contract to the people of Sierra Leone.
Thank you so much, Mr.
Just for
Hallowell.
coming, Madam Valda, when you look at the human needs, physiological needs, and you expect people then for advance in their life, if you cannot produce the basic things, this is low on the charts. And now you expect them for achieve waiting God created them for be or the dreams that way they already get. Now I made the country always stay like that. Because if we cannot give them these basic needs as a nation, how you expect these young people for let them succeed, for let them advance to the higher level of needs? You cannot do that because you cannot skip a level until the basic ones are met. Then you go able to see
You
them
can't
then go into
advance.
self-actualization.
Yes, thank you. Um, this power business, they affect every aspect of the economy. We don't touch, we just don't skim the top, really. And but I want for Larry just maybe take a 1 minute break for Larry watch some of the commercial there. But when we come back, I want to make Una get this thought on my mind. I want to ask Una, I'm sure Una all don't see this video where they make the rounds on social media, where they explain something about car powership and how they withdraw and withhold the electricity because of the debt. And I believe, say, Mr. Kamara mentioned a Lutheran in some of the responses. We talk about the government day in bankruptcy. When we come back, I want to we discuss that one day. I want for let we talk about how we government we they had a country we're so rich in natural resources where the world they clamor for natural resources like diamonds and gold and bauxite and coltan, even if not just coltan, the way we cell phone them so prolific on the market, if not coltan alone we been get, we country not supposed for day outside we day. But we take a 1 minute break and then we will come back to this discussion. Thank you.
For quality education for your child or ward, Leon International Academy is your best bet. The school offers quality education from daycare to nursery, primary, junior and senior secondary levels. At Leon International Academy, the pupils get the best from a pool of well-trained and qualified teachers. The notch about the school is that French is compulsory from classes 3 to SSS levels. Computer studies from nursery to SSS levels. The school provides well-structured, ventilated and spacious classrooms with adequate seating accommodation. Bus services provided to and from strategic points negotiated by both parents and administration. Leon International Academy has an ultra-modern laboratory and state-of-the-art IT facilities. The school also has a standardized and modernized boarding hub for both boys and girls. Bring your child or ward to Leon International Academy at Momo Drive, Juba. For more information, please call 079 549 080 or 078 603 506 or 078 369 919. We offer both WAS and IGCS curriculum in Freetown. The Leon International Academy has a branch at Mosuba, Makeni with similar facilities. So in Makeni, enroll your children from nursery, primary to JSSS levels. In Makeni, please contact the following numbers: 076 748 702 or 077 802 580 or 079 549 080 or 076 622 999. Leon International Academy is the best school in town.
Okay, my family, welcome again to the Unifier Hour. Within today, we talk about Salon at 63, and at 63, usually they look say the person don't live, a rich life. It don't live the better of in years. Don't go beyond. So now it just stay in cruise control. It enjoy the coming years. It don't work hard. It don't store up for himself. So now for just enjoy life. But in the case of Salon at age 63, it don't look like we can tell that kind of story. The story look different. The story look, I don't know, it all over the place. But right now we'll be to discuss this whole issue of this blackout and the pervasive negative impact it gets in all areas of the economy. I want for we just turn my attention a little bit to this whole idea of car power ship. Why we country owe such kind money to car power ship, where apparently lead to car power ship they cut the amount of electricity within the supply we country. Why in the first place, country like Salon, we get so many natural waterfalls. We get so much sunlight. We get so much, like Mr. Hallowell been say, with a generator, a whole ton of garbage, which can be used for biofuel. Why on earth, in the first place, would they buy electricity? And secondly, why even when we they buy electricity and we consumer, then the direct consumer, then they pay their own bill, then not they receive the service where then they pay for. I will start with Mrs. Pierre.
Yeah, Mr. said you wonder why,
Mm-hmm.
and this is a conversation where I get today with this American man. A lot of time when you say, "Oh, me not Sierra Leone," and they talk about diamonds, and I said I have never seen one. He said, every Sierra Leone I've met said they don't want to see diamond. Is it not weird? So it's things like this where it be say these resources we get, and even coffee, cacao. We used to do cacao show in our salon.
Where we're going outside right now. All of us?
Yeah, so we used to do all of this. We
This
get
thing
all
is
these
connected to
things,
this.
but we not get brains for let we see how we for put them together for let we epsilon. We get like we brother talk about the dirty where we say we can able convert all of that into something useful like all our other nations and they do them. But because we mind them, the leaders and so far we don't get like Mr. Usman say, he say they not care about salon. We get for care for this nation, like how other presidents the way they rise up, and other country they right now way they don't rise up for their country and put a stop to all the nonsense where they happen. Where it be say where we get diamond, they will go for sell them. How we go get diamond at 0.00% we they get stay. And I find out say somebody tell me I don't know how true it is, but say Sierra Leone don't close or somewhere one of these countries they have to don't close because then tax them too high. So you see the advantage when they come because they know say we are so corrupt, and then they use that corruption there to their advantage. They not say, oh, if I can't talk now, Abby, yes. Yeah, I said again this amount, they not go agree to waiting Usman Mege gets in plan. So then they use that to the your advantage until we as a nation decide say enough is enough. Until we as a nation decide say we want something better for Sierra Leone. Until we as a nation come and say, you know what, we get all these resources. Let we put plans. Let we find ways then. Maybe we pay expert then for come for show if we not sabi. And you know one go for ask people then for help, for teach you. Other nations then they do them. When I teach we how for do this for a certain time. And let we able for implement, let we let for depend on other nation their money them, where will they take for put our pockets, then we're not go able for
For the
leave the dream
self-sustaining.
salon where everybody they talk about,
Yes.
until we get to that level, honestly.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you for sharing those thoughts. I want for bring on Mr. Hallowell. Mr. Hallowell, you want to share your thoughts on this?
A couple of things we are going to bring into perspective. And one, now the fact say, I think say as a nation, we not try to explore alternatives to development.
Mm-hmm.
There are other ways. Even though Mrs. Spear they talk about Sierra Leone is a rich resource country. I don't think say the resources and they still in Sierra Leone, because if diamond and still bokuna Sierra Leone, we're not going to forget the ground. They'll begin the brookstone. We resorted to kimberlite mining. I think right there is a problem where they also done the impact climate change in the country. Not pay attention to that. But there are other alternatives to development where we may for able to pay attention to, and that we will help with. And the alternative is we don't think say there's going to be a time where electricity is going to be a problem. And because of that, because of electricity is going to be a problem, what we need for do now for make sure say we put in place the necessary strategies then where will allow we for explore other forms of electricity, other forms of energy sources where we can able use in the absence of where or when we not get money for get enough fossil for supply for feed with energy needs. Just like I try to tell you just now, we don't attend a whole lot of international events and we don't hear you then they talk about beautiful plans then where we for go implement in Sierra Leone. But unfortunately, we get there, everything die down. The accountability no day.
Mm-hmm.
No accountability no day. Anybody can just do something. Then even the kind of leadership what would they get? I think saying a whole problem, Dandy. Let's face the fact here. Love now for Dandy.
Yeah.
As a leader, not when they make you president of Sierra Leone, it's for begin think. Before you become a president of Sierra Leone, if you don't get an agenda, if you don't begin think. But if you sit down saying now when they elect you, now they tell you the beginning thing. It's right there is a problem.
It's too late. Yeah.
Get a plan where you don't already hold. And then the plan where you get, the promises where you make, now there you for learn for implement. At one slogan with the current government is promises made, promises kept. No. I totally disagree with what they see. And based on the suffering or the social and economic suffering of the people of Sierra Leone. So, Lord, think of them things there are. There is not a plan. The leadership will fail for explore alternative alternative forms of development. Women for don't help you for move forward. And I will bet you, if we so continue this discussion, we go to some other African countries, then get them. Botswana, even there's a diamond in each country, but then get other forms of alternative development.
Yeah.
That they not wholly and solely rely on what he said. Go to Morocco. Morocco not get minerals. Morocco not get minerals, but today now one of the leading African countries economically. So USA we don't see them all over the years. It all depends again. The kind of leadership, the kind of policies, the kind of plans we have in place. I think say all that affect we. So now a time this let we think, say we for able think differently and we for able do things differently, not business as usual.
Yes. Basic economics, diversify the portfolio so that we'll get caught when one side die. Mr. Usman Kamara, I would like for your comments on this particular topic.
Vida, if I want to comment on this, I go say this: dysfunctional government. Government na continuity. Make a break and down, let people understand how we get to this problem. When APC be there in power, the life been bad, but not been bad off like this.
Yes.
When SLPP come, Salon in itself be able to produce over 100 megawatts. Lunge begets 6 megawatts. They end up for sack all the people away experience from maintenance them machine they have from King Tom to Lunge, then sack all the experienced people and because of politics. And bring in new people and we not sabi how to operate the machine them. And when the machine enable function, enable maintenance, then the machine then begin break down. To the point where I get for go McKinney for take 1.6 megawatt for bring and can Lunge and end up killing people in McKinney. At least 6 people were dead because of 1.6 megawatts for bring can Lunge. That machine then at Lunge not last long because the people where with the maintenance they not experienced because they don't sack the experienced one there, that machine they break down. Then go to Bow, then pull a machine from Bow, from corner to Bow. Same thing. Then sack people with experience, where we know how to maintenance the machine because of politics, the machine they all break down. We end up to cap our ship. Where they say we don't need in this country. We end up to cap our ship, then we become debit, credit, then begin take the money. Now we did in this mess. Let me go back to the origin. This is the problem. Maintenance culture. Politics don't pull with country. This person will specialize in maintenance because in an APC, where SLPP come, then sack them. Then bring new person when not stability the machine break down. And now you got to go order the parts for can repair this machine. We not get maintenance culture and salon. Dysfunctional government. Listen, all me they try to say government na continuity. Salon na one country. We all na one people. Let we left this division. Let we left this division. Now the problem that they see now, because the people that were there that knows what to do when the politics change, then sack them all. You bring somebody in a novice, understand self, waiting for do, but because in a party picking, you bring and now machine poil, not been fixer. Now make we also they show today. Me, I want the average understand the problem. The problem now politics and political parties and people and they sack people because belong to this group or that group. And then the new way can be pumping about how to fix the machine. Now the machine are all on broke. Now we go to cap our ship. And then when they begin charge we now, what we pay, then they pay them. Simple escrow account, debit and credit budget. Bread and butter issue. Then they cause we so problem today because they don't have the love and care for the country. They say one country, one people, but that's not what we're seeing. You know what I mean? When they talk baku, or with the action what they see right now, and they sweat right now. The the domino effect of all them here, then they affect we so. That I mean able making Chintabia because when they can then sack all the people that we experience for maintenance and machine and now we don't go pack up our ship with them the campaign against. And now they're able to pay them because the money don't carry non chop on. Let God help we.
So political partisanship and poor governance. Now you don't put suicide with day. I just say
Dysfunctional governance.
Dysfunctional governance. They look. You know, when last week they talk about how the government they handle things, and they can up and can declare a state of emergency with respect to Kush. Isn't this a state of emergency with people then the daily food wey dem for eat, they're not able for get them because the economy not able for sustain dem small micro business wey dem dey do for get bread and butter na dem table. And literally, even when dem get manage get that small bread and butter na dem table, because of lack of power, because of blackout, incessant blackout, that food they rotting at the end, they're not able for save for use. If we continue down this track, it's just very heart-rending for see who side we they go. But waiting the government they give as explanation for this. We know say people then they pay them bill, and when they pay them bill, they suppose for get light. Waiting the government they explain to the people then say now the reason we make they're not able for pay car power ship. They don't put out any statements, they don't put out any press release. What is the government saying to as an explanation to the people, as a way of being accountable to the people? Do they even care about being accountable to the people? Let me start with Mr. Hallowell.
Yeah, they're saying some minor fault based on this article where I get now, but normally that's what it always be. You know, we get a government we're not accountable to the people. We get a government where not just get regard and respect for people and basic rights. We get a government where don't feel where they're out of touch. They're not able to connect with the basic needs of the people. So everything that they are sure they say, oh no, this issue will be resolved. This not just some minor fault. We go address them. But this is 2 weeks and beyond. Up to now, they're not able to address the issue.
Thank you, Mr. Hallowell. Mr. Kamar.
Valda, you cannot take water out of stone. You cannot nail jelly to the wall. Let we left for the promise the people and the life for them. The fact and how they tell you so. Yeah? All that sugar coating vibes. The reality is APC, SLPP, we all suffer. You understand? We all are one people and are one country. But there are people that are in this particular administration. We don't care about the average man. Where they can then get sugar coating vibes and lie. The problem is they sack all the experienced workers, they not able to maintenance the machine them, then get to power ship, then corrupt the money, they eat it all, they don't care about the average man. That's the bottom line. Salona, a small country, people in host they burn right now because of this bad power. People in host they light fire because of bad electricity. Seriously, if people really care, they say one country, one people. If they really care about Sierra Leone, put politics aside, put party politics aside. Let's clear about our country, Sierra Leone. Have conscience. Then get their mama and papa and uncle and auntie in our villages blackout. Then get their own family and have blackout. You know, the reality is our people, our leaders are selfish and greedy and corrupt. Let's call it what it is. They don't care about the average man. My own appeal is let the average man see now. Then they sing a song, I go sing again. Tolongbo no go sidoya, angry boku. Now, Tolongbo don't go. Paupa don't come. Let them evaluate between Paupa and Tolongboba. Men themselves decide. who that the better person.
Thank you so much, Mr. Kamar. And final word, they go to Mrs. Pierre.
I think I listened to the president's speech, and it's laughable. And go back to your emergency wait and call,
State of emergency.
state of emergency about Kush. It's very laughable because people were intelligent. There's an undertone to it where you go look at, you go laugh, because some of the strategies them where they mention as a clinician, for me it's laughable. And I'm like, I was saying, I was like, there is always something with Sierra Leone leadership. They look within and they get from there instead of how for help the people. And somebody with a critical mind like me, I can able for pick them up. But I'll not blame them that because of the level of education as alone, say it very low. So then people say
Your
no
son
more
is not even
than to
locked.
talk anyhow. But anyway, for tell you whatever explanation with they give is not relevant, because if they really care for this country, they're not going to sit down 2 weeks. 2 weeks is a long time for whatever it is that is a problem. That's a whole nation. They're not able for fixer. This is not their house. And some of them then can afford generators. Where we say some of them and picking and all in other country, they don't oversee for study. So they really not care about the country. They all they care is about waiting and go benefits from there.
Okay, thank you so much, Mrs. Pierre. When we fumble there, we don't come to an end of we show for today. We tell una thank you, una always tune in, una doyeri, how we panel door evaluates this whole blackout business. I just want to bring each person on for say a 10 seconds goodbye to we all. Una thank you for tuning in. Mrs. Pierre.
Yes, Fambule una thank you for where una yeriwi and where una take una time for listening. And to Amadou, yes, Dr. Conte go make a lot of difference, because it get people then behind that way know better, and a man we get a lot of experience and you know what they do, and we get hearts for the people of Salon. Una thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Pierre. Mr. Hallowell? Okay, yeah.
Learn a lot, and the kind of leadership and team where the university put together now for make sure say they able to understand and meet the needs of the people. And Dr. Conte, now the head of this team, I work with Dr. Conte. I know what I learn from her, I know what I acquire from her. And I feel to say, if we give her an opportunity, I bet you now the business not going to be as usual. No, it's something different we'll need for change and improve the lives of the people. And I thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Hallowell. Mr. Kamar?
Valda, thank you. Mr. Salon people are telling all thank you. This is the Unifier Hour, and we lead Dr. Richard Conte. Media encouraging all. Let we pray, let God help we, let send person. We go lead this nation, we get compassion, we know waiting for do, we go help the average man. And I believe that Dr. Richard Conte are the right person when the time come. When the time come, let we evaluate and be realistic. Let put tribal lines aside. Let put political party aside. Let we get the right person who will solve the problem of this country. And we believe, say, Dr. Richard Conte get a team of people that will understand what they go on as Salon, and we can able to solve them problem here. God bless you now. Salon and one country and one people, and we believe they will unify this country through the leadership of Dr. Richard Conte. God bless you all.
Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you, panelists. And I want to make you understand, say the unifier, we all now one. No tribal lines, no regional lines, no political lines. We all now one. And I thank you again for listening, and we will see you at this same time again next week. God bless.